Let's talk real quick. Let's try to, if feeling feels heavy, okay, if it feels like you're carrying the weight of the world when you're doing your healing, diving into healing, uncovering, that's because you are carrying more than your share. This comes with generational healing that a lot of us have decided to embark on. A lot of the healing that a lot of us are doing is not solely based upon our own experiences, but it's undoing a lot of the ways, traditions, habits that was embedded in us for years on. And so it makes the healing process so heavy. It makes the healing and it makes it, let me tell you something, it makes the healing process ongoing. It's like you're never stop healing, simply because you are literally taking on the initiative and taking on the role to not just heal the experiences you've gone through, but a lot of the experiences, a lot of the habits, a lot of the traditions that was passed down to you as well. You ever wonder why? You'd be like, okay, I didn't heal, I didn't, forgave, I then did what was necessary, boom. But I still feel bogged down, like I still feel weighted. And that's because you opened Pandora box and not realizing you opened Pandora box, right? You took the time to uncover some unspoken wounds when it came to your parents, with your mom or your dad. You dived into some unspoken wounds when it came to your siblings. You dived into some unspoken wounds when it came to your grandparents and the environment that you were raised in. And so you was like, okay, I did the work. Okay, I did what needed to be done. Okay, so I could do this. And he was like, okay, I forgave my mom for this thing. I forgave my dad for this thing. But you still feel weighted. Because you opening Pandora box was not just you healing your relationship with your mom or your relationship with your dad, but you opened Pandora box for the relationship your mom had with her mom, the relationship your mom had with her dad, the relationship your dad had with his dad, and so forth and so forth. Like, it started to be a generational unveiling of the trauma, of the experiences, of the heaviness, of the dysfunction. And you'd opened it because you're the one who decided to speak up. You was the one who decided to address. You was the one who decided to acknowledge. You was the one who decided to heal. So I know this is why I say, and this is why I tell people, when, especially clients, that I talk about breaking generational curses and being the generational barrier and all of that, breaking the generation barrier. This is why I tell them, you're going to open Pandora box, and what you think is an easy 10-step program is an ongoing journey. And a lot of you are in that space where you didn't realize it was going to be an ongoing journey. You thought it was a simple 10-step program. You thought if I just handled what I had to handle within myself, right? You thought that, okay, I took the initiative and a leap of faith to really just be like, all right, let's talk about this. Let's uncover this. Let's really dive into this. You thought that was it. You thought that was how simple it was. Nah. Unfortunately, when you take that initiative to do the work yourself, you unlock the next level of what lies underneath the work you had to do. That's why I call it Pandora box, because you don't know what you're going to get inside. You don't know what's going to emerge. You don't know what's going to uncover when you start the healing journey, when you start the process, when you decide, okay, I want different for myself. I want different for my kids. You don't know what that's going to look like. as much as you try to prepare, as much as you try to process, you don't know what that's going to look like. You don't know how that's going to unravel. You don't know how that's going to unfold. But I want to support you in this process, right? It is a lot. It is chaotic. But the beauty part is it stops with you. So your intentional ways of opening Pandora box, right? It's heavy on you, but it's going to be like a feather to your kids because you took on that role. You took on that initiative, and that's kind of what you have to continuously keep in your mind as you're pushing forward, because Pandora box will have you wanting to close it up and just walk away. Okay, it will definitely have you in a space of, this is too much. I ain't signing up for this type mess. I didn't know I was really unraveling, handling, trying to heal 4 different generations of pain, of hurt, of trauma, of silence. Let's talk about it, right? As you dive into the generational pattern, silence, well, you realize silence is the key denominator in a lot of the traumatic wounds that your family probably experienced. And so for the one who speaks has to be the voice for so many people, baby, that's heavy. That's heavy. That's heavy. But the beauty part about that is you have allowed space for your children to have a voice. So it's like, yes, you had to be a voice of so many people that came to pass, but now you have support in being the voice through your kids, because now your kids got a voice. And if, baby, I raised my kids to speak what's on their mind. I raised my kids to speak up when something does not feel right. Right? We're still working on tactic because, again, their mom. Listen, we're still working on tactic, but they have adapted the safety, which is key, to always speak your mind and always speak up when something does not feel right. So a lot of times that weight that you're carrying, it's not of you, right? It's not what you're experiencing, because you're only 33. You're only 28. You know, you're only 42. So the weight that you're feeling is not solely your life experiences that you have to heal from. The weight that you're experiencing during this healing journey, this healing process, is the Pandora box that you accidentally opened when you started to do your healing journey. And it's the weight of your mom, it's the weight of your grandma, it's the weight of your granddad, it's the weight of your aunts and your uncles, it's the weight of your great-great-great-grandparents, it's the weight of the great-great-great-great-great-grand, like, it's weight that you didn't even know existed and didn't know you had to carry. But you were the one. You were the one who decided to do different. You were the one who decided to heal. So, of course, you had the key to the box, right? Because your mama ain't do no healing. Okay, your dad don't even believe in healing. Your dad don't even think ain't nothing to heal, to be fair, right? Your grandparents, what I have to heal for? I didn't live my life. I'm 70-something, 80-something years old. There's nothing I need to heal. What I need to heal didn't pass. It's gone. Like, I'm not going to change. So yeah, subconsciously, you wasn't aware. Right? You thought you was just going to do the inner work for yourself. Sorry, hit the camera. You thought you was going to do the inner work yourself. So you was just like, okay, I just got to, sit with myself, acknowledge, be in a space of truth, light, love, okay? Not knowing you did the work, right? And you're like, why do I still feel heavy? Why do I still feel like something else has to be healed? Something else has to be done? Why do I still feel unresolved? Because you open Pandora box, baby. And so what you're carrying is not of yours. You're sharing the weight. The weight that you are carrying is shared of your loved ones. past, present, and future for those who have children, because you're making a conscious effort to create a different environment or create a different space, elevate a different mindset, provide emotional safety for your children that you didn't have, but also that your parents didn't have, your grandparents didn't have, baby. So I don't want you to think like, okay, I thought I healed. Why do I still this? I thought I did what? Nah, it ain't you. You did your work on you. Now you're doing the work from your family. Because again, you held the key. You changed the narrative. You decided to do different. You decided to be different. You decided to become different. You decided to move different. Okay? You decided to elevate different internally. And this is something that I do with Unlock Your Inner Truth one-on-one sessions that I have. Man, is for you to really get down to the root of where you are, where you're trying to go, or who you're trying to become. But you lead with truth, right? We all have this vision. We all have this goal of trying to be and trying to become and try to flow, but yet it's based on superficial attributes. It's based on superficial characteristics. We don't dive into the root, and we don't lead with truth, right? Next Level Wellness Club, y'all, this is what we do in this community, is allow divine awakening, divine intervention, so we can have divine alignment. It's grounded, and in essence, this is literally how you are able to process the weight that we carry that is not of our own, is divine intervention, divine awakening, but divine alignment. You can't carry this weight solely on your own merit. I'm just saying, I couldn't. I would be with a white jacket with my arms like this on my own merit. I definitely had to ground myself in my spiritual foundation to handle what was called upon me. A lot of you guys are trying to balance what was called upon you on your own understanding, and it feels like a ton of bricks. Again, Next Level Wellness Club is there for you. And, you know, if you're looking for a community of individuals navigating the same that you are, to just be in oneness with someone, to have someone to relate to, but it's a safe and secure community, visit nextlevelwellness.club. We are here for you. Understand? But I pray this provides some clarity, right? Some understanding of the weight that you may be carrying. It's not of all of yours, right? You open a Pandora box, and unfortunately, you were called to be the one to unpack it. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Until next time.